So Lee wrote in from the members section, "Hi Cenk, first comment ever. Just curious if anyone has reached out to Arizona Representative Greg Stanton about signing the Progressive Pledge. He did amazing things for Phoenix and is beloved here. Arizona is often overlooked, but we have a growing liberal progressive base. Stanton's pledge would hold a lot of weight with Arizona voters." Fantastic. Here's what I'm gonna ask you to do. A video that I'm gonna show you in a second shows you how to do it. Lee, you go ask him. So like I said in Des Moines in the speech, when someone asks who's gonna fix it, raise your hand and say, me, I'm gonna fix it. So you go ask him. Now, like I said, people are already doing it. So the Progressive Pledge is the 5 pillars: Medicare for all, Green New Deal, college for all, higher wages, and an amendment to get money out of politics, tyt.com/pledge. So we unveiled it in Iowa. I did the speech in Des Moines, but then we went to Cedar Rapids and asked a lot of the presidential candidates, and a guy named Ivan happened to be there with us. And lo and behold, he's in Bloomington, Indiana, and he runs into Pete Buttigieg. So he asks him, watch.
Mr. Mayor, are you familiar with the TYT Progressive Pledge?
I'm not.
Okay, would you be willing to go to TYT/pledge and take a look at it and see if it aligns with your values?
I'd be happy to check out the website.
Thank you.
He didn't look happy to be checking it out. But hey, Ivan, perfect. Always be polite, because this is not about a gotcha. This is not about, hey, we're with a candidate or against a candidate yet. What we're trying to do is who agrees with us. And by the way, if you don't agree with the things in the pledge and you don't think you need all 5 of those things, then don't sign it, right? That's true for you, that's true for the politicians, that's true for the presidential candidates. So, but we need clarity, right? Everybody says they're a progressive. So the point of the pledge is, so are you? Do you agree with these things, or do you have a different definition of progressive? And some people do, and they explain that to us. So great question, and wonderfully done, Ivan. And what he did was, he put it on his own Twitter account, and then he sent it, emailed it to us at army@tytnetwork.com. And then Allison Hartson, who leads the TYT Army, saw it, sent it to me, and I was like, Allison, how are they already doing it? Because Allison's supposed to organize all the volunteers and teach them how to do it. They're like, yeah, hold my beer. Okay, boom, they're jumping right in and they're doing it perfectly. Every time, polite, good, crisp question, and now Buttigieg definitely knows now. So we're looking forward to an answer.
Can I just say, look, I don't know how long he'd been taking questions for, how hot it was, maybe the guy was tired, I don't know. But the way he responded, the dismissive, like if you asked me what that was and I didn't know, I might say, what is it? But he was just like, no, I don't know what it is. And he turned, and there were only a few pieces of information in there for him to have that response to. Well, either being asked to take a pledge, the name TYT, or the word progressive. And whichever of the 3 it was, it led to him going, no.
That was really abstract, actually, because I met with Pete Buttigieg because I wanted to confront his thoughts on the incarcerated voter, and I felt that as a gay man who's married, there were people who went to jail and were profiled so that you could have the rights that you and your husband enjoy today. And he was actually really receptive. He was open to what I was saying about socioeconomic disparity and some of the privilege that he had. He even went on stage an hour later and talked about it. So definitely whatever was in the water there was something that hit the gut really hard. And
yeah, let's keep it real, guys. So Jonathan Larson, who is not part of the editorial team here, and is been doing stories for TYT Investigates, which does objective reporting. So a whole bunch of reporters went there. He had actually got there a day or 2 before BuzzFeed and some of the mainstream media reporters. And he did amazing investigative work and found out a lot of documents and people that had not spoken to others before that uncovered some of the racial issues that are in South Bend. Go to tyt.com and read those stories. Apparently Buttigieg has, but he's happy to go on Fox News, but he won't come on here, a progressive outlet. And you saw his reaction there. And so the questions that Larson is reporting on, that people in South Bend are asking, are super legitimate questions about why was a African-American police chief demoted? Why did the white police chief who came in this place not back up a black cop in a dangerous situation? Why there was an African-American kid who was found hanging, and that story was immediately, that case was called a suicide. his body cremated, and the case closed within about 24 hours or so. Read the story for yourself. So those are all these questions, and Buttigieg has answered none of them. So we're not, people sometimes say like, oh, you're biased. We didn't know anything about Buttigieg. How could we even have a bias? Nobody knew anything about him. For all we knew, he could have been the most progressive guy on the planet. Besides, Larson is at a totally different part of the company. So I don't know if that's why he had that reaction. That might be a fair guess, but it doesn't matter. If he believes in those progressive topics, if he does, those policy positions, then he should sign it, not to do us any favor, to do himself a favor. Because there's a lot of voters who say, this is what I believe in, and if you want my vote, then this is my platform. Speaking of which, last thing, right now, where do we stand? 18,549 signatures, and 8,329 people have volunteered to do exactly what Ivan did there in that situation. And a lot, you guys are going through the process analysis, reaching out to you guys, etc. And you're doing an amazing job. But if we can get that up to 100,000, 200,000 people saying, my vote depends on somebody who's going to do these 5 pillars. And if you're not going to do them, that's okay, bless your heart. But we get to pick one person to be our president. And I'm going to pick a person who signed this pledge. So, but wonderful job of being polite and doing it the right way. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Like what you see? Click the subscribe button below and don't forget to ring the bell to never miss another video from the Young Turks.